20 minutes and I couldn't get all of the information, and um and I want to clarify and apologize for getting a little bit excited with Steam in regards to it's true you can burn Steam games into your game as a backup. And that's the thing, you don't get to own the game, you still you still back it up in case you wanna play offline or what have you, but you still need your Steam account, which kind of sucks. So yeah, sorry about that, and I apologize about that. And yeah, but well, at least you can back up your Steam is onto Divinity 9 format. So that's one of the things. Now the reason why I was going on so much about servers in my last video and it's because PC gamers have the option of the ability to play games where the developer has shut down the servers and move on to their next game. Basically, you can still play that game online despite the developer servers being shut down via private servers. Private servers are pretty much servers run by the community. Now, I'm not saying that every single PC game you can play it online despite the servers being shut down. What it does mean is that it all depends on the community. If the community is willing to support the online features of a game, then yeah, you will be able to play that game online, such as Halo 2 and Fantasy Star Online, among others. So that's the thing, PCs do have that option to play those games online despite the fact that developers have shut down the servers. So it's good to have those type of options and choices. Right? So that's one of the things. Now, can you rent PC games? No, you can't rent PC games. I'm sorry, but you can't rent PC games. Is it possible to resell PC games? And the answer to that is only in Europe. And the reason why I say only in Europe is because in Europe, especially starting in Germany, where a lot of German gamers that were using the Steam servers demanded and pretty much took power to court because they say, hey, if we buy a Steam game, that means we buy a product, right? Even though they're pretty much buying a license key, but the point is they won the case, and Valve ended up, allowing European gamers to resell their Steam games. So basically, you can, if you live in Europe, you can resell your Steam games and pretty much your PC games in general. So yeah, it hasn't been brought here to the US. It hasn't been brought to Asia. I really doubt it. But yes, if you're European PC games, you can resell your games. So there's also that. As a consumer, you can always resell your games. Now, can you lend PC games? The answer to that is no. You can lend, console games, but make sure that the console game doesn't have an online pass, because when you lend that game and it does have an online pass, well, the person that you lend it to, he or she has to pay for the online pass, and if they want to access its online features. So always be aware of that. It's just a little more hassle, which is ridiculous. Can you share PC games? Yes. but it's a hassle and it still exists today. And basically, what PC Game used to do in the back in the day was hold their PC gamer rig. Oh man, that waited a ton. Bring it to the friend's house, connect it to another PC and have a LAN party like that. So everyone will come in with their gaming rigs, their good monitors, and have a LAN party. That's the one way to share your games. Yeah. With console, you only bring your bloody game and that's it. If the game does have an offline feature, offline multiplayer feature, just bring your controller and the game, and or if the person already processing and you just bring the controller. So yeah, it's a lot better. So yes, you can still hold your rigs, your monitors, which weigh a lot less than before. I'm glad about flat monitors. And create your own LAN party and be able to play the game with your friends. Um, the better option is bring your gaming laptop and have a laptop LAN party. I mean, gaming laptops still weigh a lot less. There's less involvement in the whole rewiring thingy majingy, so that's kind of cool. So you can have that laptop LAN party, and that's another way to share your game. The other way is that with your Steam account, basically you go to your friend's computer, right? You log out from his Steam account, you log into your Steam account, and be able to play the games that you own in your friend's house. So that's one way to do it. Um, Nowadays there are some PC games that offer offline multiplayer, not just LAN, and was not Rayman Origins, but I'm talking about the Trine franchise, right? Like the Trine franchise, as an example of the ability to play, you know, offline multiplayer on your PC. There are other games that offer offline multiplayer for PC games nowadays, which is kind of strange. And I think this is stemming from the fact that home tier PCs are starting to pick up steam. So that's one of the things. But for those that have played Trine or trying to, that you can play it offline, not just LAN. So that's one of the things I do want to point it out. Now, other PC gamers, PC games that you can look out for is offline that have that offer this offline multiplayer thingy and basically what it means is that nowadays you can hook up your 360 controllers, thank heavens, and just do everything with a console. For those that do own home tier game PCs, or if you wanna hook up your humongous gaming ring into your HDTV set, go right ahead. Even though it looks odd and out of place. So it's just kind of like, wow, even PC games are getting that feature, so that's really, really damn good. You can Google Bing search whether for PC games that do offer the offline feature and that do allow you to run private servers. So there's that. Um, Now trading. You can trade console games like I'll trade you Uncharted, Tomb Raider, and years ago for your Halo, Quake, and Doom, right? You can do that. Or I'll try this Aliens, Colonial Marines, right? Need for Speed, Shift, and Gran Turismo for Years of War. You can do that. Um, or you could say to a person, I'll trade Uncharted for Tomb Raider for $20. You can also do that. Now, is it possible to trade games on a PC? Yes, it's called Steam Gifting. Basically, yeah, I'll give you TF2, Trine, and Beat Runner for Mark of the, and you can give me back Mark of the Ninja. They are just basic trading. The only difference is that there's no money involvement. So yes, Steam Gifting does offer you the trading, and basically you can trade gift games back and forth. You can also trade your DLC content or items, and or sell them via the Steam Marketplace. So there's also that. What I'm trying to get at is that you still have more control of your PC gaming experience than ever before. Um, and console gamers are losing their ownership of games, and they're losing a lot of stuff, which is kind of like utterly lame. But they're still asking console gamers to pay for market prices. That's the issue right there. That's a major issue, and console need to wake up, because sooner rather than later they may lose the ability to lend their games. And if it comes down to that, then really console gaming is not going to have that many advantages. If Microsoft comes out and says we're gonna uh prohibit used games, is that's the thing. Is the problem is the console gamers have been pro corporate, have been damaging control, calling, and pretty much uh defending this corporation for so long that they don't see the consequences behind that. That's the problem right there. The only thing is that with PC games, you can play all those PC games, right? And all you need to do is update the drivers. Pretty much that's what you need to do. If you wanna play your DOS games, you need to get DOSBox. You need DOSBox in order to play your DOS games. So that's one of the things that you have to do. I mean, if you still have plenty of floppy disk games, just make sure you don't throw away your floppy disk driver. There it is. All you need to do is just update the driver. So if you need DOSBox, get DOSBox. And that's one of the things I do want to point it out. With consoles, you know, every generation start anew, but you can't play your old consoles and your old console games on a new system. So that's a problem. What I do want to get, and I hope it becomes official, and I do mean official, from Sony, and especially in this E3, is that Sony confirms that, you know, your trophies, the friends that you made on your PSN network, and all the games that you bought on PSN, like Guacamelee, Journey, what have you, and all the movies or TV shows that you bought via PSN, that they transfer that at the very least to, you know, to the PS4. Basically, that you don't have to create a new PSN account, that you keep your PSN account that you have. at the very least that, I'm sure so do not want to recollect start, collecting trophies from point one. I'm sorry, I don't want to do that. Right? Or have to manually put in all my friends list like, oh, what's your new PSN account? I'm the one to play with you. So that's one of the things that is kind of neat about Steam, that you always keep your Steam account. You don't have to create a new one. So that's the beauty of it. And that's why I'm saying that, you know, while physical media backwards compatibility may not be that possible, I do see digital backwards compatibility being feasible. So hopefully do that. But again, console games need to wake up. They need to let these uh corporations or what have you that, hey, we want our mini games back. We want our map editors back. We want our alternate paths, our alternate endings, and what I mean by alternate endings, actual alternate endings, not red, white, and blue alternate endings. But that's the problem. There's too many corporate gamers that are like, oh no, Sony, don't go away. We can't afford to lose Sony. It's good to fake game. Nah, screw that. Who cares if there's a very gaming company that Sony that wants to come in? Fine, go ahead. And that's what gamers need to do. They need to be less corporate, and they really need to look out and say, "Hey, wait, wait a minute, what am I getting out of the deal here?" I mean, you the dealer, you're benefit, you're making money. You Sony Corporation, you're making money. Hey, wait a minute, I'm the one that's losing money. The hell? What is the console gamer getting out of that deal? That's what console gamers need to do. They need to check out like, what am I getting out of this? Besides games, what am I getting? Right? And that's that. Take it or leave it. And that's that.